You were born for this key number 4, the risk key. Do you know when you or I think about trying to be a delivery agent for God, to deliver a miracle to another person, we all become a little bit anxious. We wonder, who is it going to be with? When is it going to happen? Where is it going to happen? And what on earth am I supposed to do? And what am I supposed to say? Those feelings are there because every miracle requires us to risk. We have to risk depending upon God, that He will guide us, that He'll lead us, that He'll help us know what to say, and that when the miracle is supposed to happen for the other person or in the other person, that He will come through. That means, just think about what I'm going to say right here, that instead of it being, instead of you saying to yourself, this can't be from God because I feel afraid, the truth of it is, if it's from God, you're going to feel afraid. Do you realize that? That every time a miracle is being set up for you to deliver, you are going to feel afraid. It is at that moment that this key must happen, or you will never ever live a life of predictable miracles. You'll never get there. It will be same old, same old. You'll be reading your Bible and studying the miracles that somebody else did instead of you having a life full of them. Therefore, I want you to understand, every time I deliver a miracle to somebody, I have to take a risk because it's unknown. And it's only as you realize that that risk is actually faith, isn't it? You risk because you believe that God is going to come through. If you don't believe that God is going to come through, will you risk? There's no way you'll risk. And because you won't risk, you'll be the abortion of the miracle God wanted to deliver. Before it's delivered, you'll end it. Therefore, you have to understand something. Faith is right at the heart of living a life of predictable miracles. And when you don't have faith, you won't live a life of predictable miracles. In fact, you'll stop miracles from happening. Could that be true? Could the fact that you have a lack of faith actually stop miracles? Jesus sure said so. You remember when He was at His hometown, Nazareth, and they were filled with unbelief? What did He say? What did the Bible actually say? It said Jesus didn't do miracles there. In another text it says He couldn't do miracles there because of their unbelief. Unbelief is a lack of faith. In other words, here's God Himself who couldn't or didn't do miracles because of the people's unbelief. And you remember when the disciples came back one time from a miracle mission and they couldn't do one particular miracle, and they were really upset. And they said to Jesus, why couldn't we do that? And He said, because of your unbelief. Therefore, the greatest hindrance to you delivering a miracle is what you believe. And if you have unbelief, you're going to stop miracle after miracle. Well, you may be saying to yourself, yeah, but how much faith do I need to have then? I mean, do I need to have as much faith as a mountain? Jesus said, no, it's exactly the opposite. You just need as much faith as a mustard seed, and you can move the mountain. You know how much that is? That's this much. Just a little bit of faith can move mountains. But the disciples had no faith. Therefore, as you think about this, where is your faith? Not faith in yourself, because you can't do the miracles. But until you believe the truth about God, you will not enjoy a life of miracles, but you will stop scores of miracles from happening because of your unbelief. If that's a part of your life, then I encourage you, take a look at You Were Born for This, especially the risk key.